Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 113 of Highwind Herald. I'm Wolfkins. That's Soloist. 113, that's an odd number, so it's your trivia, sir. Kick us off. You don't even get to introduce yourself. Just go.
Okay, good morning. Which Final Fantasy received a VR spinoff game?
Final Fantasy 15.
And what's it called?
I don't know, but it's a fishing game.
Yep, what's it called?
Something of the Deep. Is that right?
Yep.
Is it?
What of the Deep?
Monsters?
Yep, that's it. Monster
Is it
of
really?
the Deep. That's
Wow,
it.
Monsters of the Deep.
Monster of the Deep.
Monster. Oh, so there's what, just one fish down there?
There's one monster down there. There's a lot of fish down there.
Oh.
I guess.
You know what I learned not too long ago is that our sister likes fishing games.
How did you just learn that? I learned that back when she played 15, and that's like she did that for 30 hours alone.
It strikes me as odd. Has she ever even actually been fishing?
No, and I'll tell you what, fishing is usually either an okay part of the game or by far the worst part of the game.
In 15 or just in general?
In general.
Okay. Yeah. What
But a game is only good
like?
if it has a fishing mini game.
This is the fishing game. What games do you like the fishing in?
Stardew Valley has interesting fishing. Stardew Valley has interesting fishing.
Okay.
Animal Crossing has good fishing because it's not intrusive.
Sure.
I've never fished in WoW a day in my life.
Never fished in WoW?
Well, I think I've gotten it to level like 11.
Do you know, back in when we were actually all still playing WoW pretty heavily, one of our guild members was the server first for maxing out fishing after the expansion dropped.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Remember that? Yeah.
It was so random.
So I don't know why that was the thing they wanted to go, but they went for it and they got it.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't expect to think about fishing in video games. If 15, it's not very good.
This is your trivia.
Yeah. I've known it was my trivia for like a whopping 2 minutes now.
Off topic, but since we're talking about fish and since we're talking about video games, you know what game I really, really miss and want to play like right now?
What?
Feeding Frenzy. Do you remember Feeding Frenzy?
That's a fun game. It's a fun.
It is a fun game.
It's a game that would get boring after 10 minutes alone, but when you have a bunch of goobers on a couch making jokes about everything,
it does not get boring
after
10 minutes. It is so good.
It's so fun.
It is
such a
man.
funny game.
Anyway, dude. This is not a fishing podcast.
Imagine, that'd be so boring.
You know, they've got to be out there. You know, there's fishing podcasts.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. I'm sure.
I'm sure,
but not here.
That's not what we do here. We talk about Final Fantasy, and I think that we got a little bit to talk about today because there's been some big Final Fantasy things happening over the last little bit. And I'm going to kick it off with, I teased to you a couple days ago, I had a very controversial question. I was going to make you mad, but I have to ask it. So I have gone back to playing Final Fantasy 16. I've still not completed this game, but, you know, with some new things coming out, first of all, you know, spoiler, we've got the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out at the end of the month. I figured it was time that, I should push through 16, if only just to delete it from my PS5. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to need that space. Here's my question. So I have beaten Kupka, right? Awesome. Awesome fight scene, so much fun. Does this game ever get interesting again? Because my God, I'm so bored. Like, they've got me. I finally finished it, but I feel like you do Kupka and then just slam on the brakes. Did you feel like that?
Not really.
Okay. So you go
But then
back...
again, I beat it very fast though. Like, it only took me like a week to beat it.
Okay. You go back
I don't know.
You tell everybody...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It might be where you're just pacing it out so far. Like, I mean, it's good to take your time with games, but like, you'll take like a month between play sessions.
Maybe.
Do you remember what's going on every time you come back?
Yeah, I mean, the story's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward, and
Yeah.
if you do forget, you can always talk to.
The politics can be a little complicated, but,
I gave up
no,
on
it does
remembering which city
it
was which.
definitely, picks up hard,
Well, let me
especially when you get into the Quaalude stuff. It definitely picks
okay.
up
Well, let
hard.
me tell you where I'm at. So I did that, and I came back. You tell everybody like, "Hey, he's dead. Woohoo, everybody." And then you have to help Mid build this thing. And it's this long quest
Okay,
chain of just like, this is
when
so
Mid gets there, it's
boring.
definitely a little bit of a filler part. I do remember when
Okay.
Mid first gets there, it's a little bit filler.
Yeah, I'm like,
It
stop
but it
sending
doesn't
me out.
last long. It
So I
doesn't
finally
it's just
got
that
through that.
it's that part in every JRPG where you feel like they're just trying to pad the time out a little bit. Every
Yeah,
JRPG has it.
that's
Every
exactly what it feels
JRPG has
like.
it.
But,
So, they're
uh,
just and it's not long, it's just get through with the mid anytime I had to do anything with mid, I kinda rolled my eyes, but it
well,
doesn't last too long.
she had 3 things I had to do, and they were all
Yeah.
like, "Go get these materials," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
You know, and whatever. And then I finally did that, and then I was like, "Okay, I'm doing the side quest as I go." So that was another thing. I was like, "I'm gonna do the side quest." And some of them were interesting. There was one that was really, really good that you did for Otto, and you end up, learning about him and Sid's past and the fact that Otto had a son, and that was very good. But then for everyone like that, there's the one where I have to go find the baker who's just staring at staring at the crater that we left, and I'm like, "You should go back to baking bread." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh god."
Some of the side quests, like, I definitely the side quests are never have that much meat to them. Like, they're all very much MMO side quest
They
fetch
are.
stuff. They
They
are,
are.
but I never mind it when the story's good. Later on, you will reach a point where they're dumping side quests on you, and not a
Yeah.
lot of them are interesting, and it's just something you're gonna have to take a good drink, get one of your
Do
ices,
it.
and just sit down and know you're gonna be doing side quests for an hour, and it's not gonna be a very fulfilling experience.
Kinda feel like that already happened because normally it's been 1 or 2, and then this one was like 3 or 4, and I'm like, "Okay, well, sure." But here's the thing, I didn't feel this way with 7 Remake. I don't know if it's because there were
Mm.
less side quests or the side quests were just different, but I do feel like some of
The
the side
side
quests are draggy
I do
in this.
remember specifically about it. The side quests are more paced out in this game. 7
Okay.
Remake had barely any side quests going through, and then they
Yeah.
just dumped them on you
Here's
in one
all of them.
chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in one chapter, and I do remember, like, it took me a whole stream to clean up those side quests, and I didn't
Yeah.
have very much fun doing it. Um, but I think they're probably I don't know. I would say story-wise, they're I don't remember how they are, what you actually do in 7 Remake, but story-wise, I thought they were more interesting in 17 because 'cause you're learning about people you
Mhm.
don't know, and,
Yeah.
like, you get some backstory into people like Gav that is, like,
Now
absolutely
those I
fantastic.
like.
Yeah.
Those kinds I like, yeah.
Mhm.
Here was the other thing. So I got excited because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, I finally finished that up. I'm going on with the story." And so we go to, and I can't remember the name of the little town, but it's this little checkpoint place that we gotta get through. And there's a bunch of refugees piling in. And, of course, Goots loses the pass. Okay, and then it's still just more fetch stuff. It's like we were finally going, and now I gotta hunt down
Mm.
these people, find the kid, chase down the bandits. All in all, at the end of the day, all that happened is I
It's
got my
so
pass back. It was
it's
such a
so funny
filler.
because that's how I feel when I play 14 sometimes in
So,
the MSQ.
I I
It's very
yes,
similar.
but the difference for me is with 14, there's always something else I can stop doing that and do something else.
Yes,
But that's not the
exactly.
case in
It's the
16,
main
right?
game here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
It's
14,
definitely
"Oh, this is boring, but I can go run some dungeons," or I can break and still play the game, but I can't really do that here. So it's
yeah.
just, and I'm not trying to crap on 16. I'm enjoying it when it's lot just like filler quests, but here lately I've just been like, "Let's go." Like,
There's
I wanna
definitely
go.
filler quests in it. If the story wasn't so good, I would hate it. Like, I would hate that part of it. But
Yeah.
the story is really good. Now, when it just feels like filler, it is rather annoying.
Well, that's the problem is the story is good, and some of
Mhm.
these quests with Mid and some of the sides like, the stuff that I feel like is sidetracking me, I'm like, "I don't care." Like, I had one cutscene about, I guess it's Bahamut, and how his father named his younger brother as his heir, and, like, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm so into this. What is happening here?" And then it
That's
comes
really good
back and
stuff
it's
too.
like, "You should go, fight some bandits." Look, I really
Yeah.
don't want to.
Had some really good stuff too with Bahamut. The
Yeah,
the
so,
game's politics are actually incredible. Like, the story, the characters
it
are
is.
incredible, but then it just tells you to go, like, save a cat or something. But it's
Yeah,
not like the meme where it's like chapter 1 save cat, final chapter kill God. No, the chapter right before kill God is
save
save a
cat.
cat. Like, they're spaced out so weird.
Yeah.
But, it's one thing you could say, just don't do the side quests if you don't want to, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, you're gonna do the side quests. There's
Well,
trophy, of
it's not
course.
just that. Some of these main quests have been just a snooze fest because the mid
Yeah, they
stuff,
have.
I mean, it's like, okay, I get it. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
The mid
And then
stuff is very much a drag.
I'll be honest, some of the side quests I've been more interested in. Like there
Mhm.
was a side quest where we hunted down a special one-sided blade for the Blackthorn so he could make new. I
Yes.
mean, that was interesting. The thing with Otto was interesting. And then I go back to the main quest and I'm bored because Mid's like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna explain this heat stack to you for the 5th time, all until tell you that I need some mithril. Like,
Yep. It's
I don't
just
know.
those parts you just gotta get through. It doesn't last long, though. I
I
don't
think I'm almost
remember
out of
there
it.
I don't remember ever thinking, like, "Oh my god, is the game gonna get good again?" Um,
It's
because
mainly
I
mid.
just
It's
when
mainly
there's
mid.
when there's times like that, I typically just hit the brakes because if I stop when it's, games like that, there's very likely I won't even pick the game back up.
I
Behi
think that's
I
the
have
problem.
still never beaten Dragon Quest XI because I was a part like that, and I
Yeah.
stopped playing, and the thought of doing it again made me I didn't wanna do it.
I think
It
that's
was
why
just
it's
a
taken me
drag.
so long, because I kind of took a break at this point, and now I'm
Yeah.
coming back into it, and I'm like, "Okay, let's go." Because now I wanna get back into, like, the really, because this game, when it's amazing, it's amazing. And it's not
Yes.
bad, even when it's slow like this, it's not bad. It's just makes me wanna go like, "Okay, come on." The
Well,
other
I think
thing,
that
this is a nitpick, but you have your big area, right? They give you so many things where you have to go here and then run to the exact opposite side of the hideaway, and I'm like, and you can't like run." You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like, "Stop it."
Yeah, luckily his walk speed is pretty fast, but there is no sprint
Sure.
button. Well, you haven't gotten the chocobo yet either.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I've had the chocobo, but you can't use that in the
Oh.
hideaway.
Oh, I love the chocobo. Come, Ambrosia!
Oh, yeah. I've had that for a while,
So epic.
but anyway. Yeah, have you played the DLC? Have you done that?
No, I have not.
Okay, I obviously haven't, but
No. I haven't even played the demo for 7 yet, 7 Rebirth.
I haven't either, and I'm on the fence on if I want to.
Well, if it's like the 16 demo where you start it and, like, at the beginning and you get to play the
Yeah,
first 2 hours, if it's like that, because it's the Nibelheim stuff, I think.
I think so, but I'm
So
not
that's
sure.
awesome.
The other problem is, and this is gonna sound so blasphemous, I don't know if I'm gonna pick this game up when it first comes out,
I
just
was on the
because it's
same fence,
$70.
actually.
Like, it's not.
I
I just have so
I
much
was
of a
on
backlog.
I was on I always budget out for games when I know they're coming up because I only buy, like, 2 games a year. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's
Oh, I
fine.
forgot. I
But
forgot it was February.
but, I mean, I thought I wouldn't have time with Persona 3, but I'm about to beat Persona 3, so I will think I'll have time.
No, yeah, I just don't know because I've got such a backlog, and I really wanna play it. It's not bad, but $70, and I already am in the middle of, like, so many different games. I'm still playing 16. You know, I just got back into 14 actually because we did have a patch, and I'll talk about that in just a second.
Getting that
And,
raid group together.
well, so far I got me and you. I haven't really recruited.
As soon as you get 2 other people, man, I'm
Yeah.
resubbing and I'm gearing up. I'm ready.
We just need to, what do you mean? We
I'm
need
itching.
8 people.
Yeah, but 2 is promising means it's gonna happen, and I need to
Sure,
gear up before we have
that's
8
at
people.
least a party. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to gear
So,
up before we have 8 people.
but yeah, well, it won't really matter because the raids are next expansion,
Yeah,
right?
true.
So, uh, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things like, and I'll be honest, PlayStation Plus has been killing it lately for me
Haven't
anyway.
haven't been paying attention to it.
Just, I mean, not just the monthly games, but if you have the subscription, they just added like all those, or they will be adding on the 20th, all the Tales of games, like Tales of Arise, Tales
Really?
of, yeah. So I'm
I just
like,
thought about picking up Tales of Arise yesterday.
don't do it if you're PlayStation Plus. Just wait till the
I
20th.
am. Tales of
So
Symphonia too, even?
I think so. I'll get the full list for you, but I just saw that last night and I was like,
That
see,
game's incredible.
I could play that for free.
Mhm.
So
Tales of Symphonia is incredible.
also, I'm still playing Mario RPG. I just have so many things going on
Yeah.
that I'm like, "Oh, does it really make sense to spend $70, drop everything I'm doing?" I don't know.
I can't focus on more than one game at a time. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I knew February is already the most stacked month of the year for me because Persona 3 Reload
Oh,
and
yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is my most anticipated game of the year. Um,
Oh,
and
and
I'm
Baldur's
just
Gate
gonna
3. I'm still playing Baldur's Gate 3.
and BG3, there's that. And Rebirth, I think it's gonna be game of the year. So I'm definitely gonna be here day
Yeah.
one for it. Because I don't know what else is coming out this year that could compete with it. So
I
well
don't think
besides
I have
Persona 3. Persona
another
3 is really good.
yeah, I don't think I have another game it's not gonna win. I don't think those kinda games ever win, do they? When it's
Persona
just like
5
a
got nominated.
report, though?
Well, no, they'll get nominated
Sure,
probably,
okay.
but it won't win. Like Resident Evils, all of them have gotten nominated, but none of them have
Mm,
won. I think it'd be cool to be nominated, but well, Persona 3 Reload's actually a scaled remake, kind of just like 7 remake. I mean,
really?
it's still turn based, but it's completely rebuilt to be completely modernized.
Cool.
Um,
Hmm.
but no, yeah, FF7 Rebirth. I think the only thing is Dragon Dogma 2, but I don't know
Mm.
anything about Dragon's Dogma. That's such a dumb name. The heck's a dogma?
Oh, you should Google it. It's a word.
Stupid
It's a
word.
movie too, actually.
Dragon's Dogma.
No, just dogma.
Oh,
It'll make sense
what
when you
is?
see what the word is.
Let's see. Dogma.
This is how you educate soloists. You have to make him do it yourself. Because if you just tell him, he retains none of the information.
It's giving me a. Why is it telling me in Spanish?
Just oh my god. How did you mess up a Google?
Meaning of dogma.
How did you mess up a Google?
A principle or set of principles laid down by an authority. Oh, dude, they could have picked a different word.
Dragon's
That's such
Dogma,
a
it's an alliteration. I think it's a great name.
well, no, just dogma is such a dumb word.
Oh my
That's a
god.
nice meaning, but why they have to call it dogma?
I think you're like there's so many Catholics out there that are just mad at you right now. They're just like,
Dogma.
"What an idiot." Anyway, so we do have that coming out. So you haven't played the 7 Rebirth. You haven't played that then.
No, I
Okay.
haven't.
I do think you unlock some kind of in-game benefit if you have save data. So I'll at least load it up for that. But yeah, I mean, it all depends. I just don't want to replay things, and I get really weird about like what if it's just the first 2 hours. Like if it just drops you in, you get to save and carry that over. Sure, that's the best way to do it. I wouldn't care to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I got like a
16
weird
had
thing
the
about.
best demo of all time because they did that, and where the demo ended literally made you just like salivate for more.
Did I finish that? I don't remember
I don't think
if I
you
played it
started it.
through. I don't think I did either. Oh well.
I mean, just imagine getting to the end of the prologue where, everybody's dying
Oh, is that where
supposedly.
it ends? Okay.
Yeah, and then it's the time skip, and then the thing ends.
Okay. Maybe I did play that. I think I did. I think I played through that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on for just a little bit. Final Fantasy 14, like I said, had a patch come out. It's a relatively small patch. I don't know why it spurned me to get back in. Actually, I know why I'm back in there because they're also doing one of those Moogle treasure trove things, right?
Mm.
So to where you can get the cool mounts and from those irregular tombstones. And it's different this time because they've added in to where you get tombstones from doing things in the gold saucer. So I am swimming in those things because A, I love the gold saucer. B, I'm working on a mount that costs 4 million MGP anyway. And
Jesus.
I know it's the only gold saucer mount I don't have. And so yeah, you get 3 for each gate. So I've just been on every 20 minutes doing the gate real quick. Boom, 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 boom. And I've already bought 4 mounts from the thing. So I think I've actually bought all the mounts. But yeah, and it's also the Valentine's Day. The Valentine's Day
Toyon.
event. And the it's so cheesy. I love the events, but the reward this year is teaching you how to make a heart with your hands, and you do this little pose, and hearts come off of you.
How
And
sweet.
the quest is using that to inspire people around Old Gridania, and they see that and they're like, "I'm so taken aback by your affection and your just the pose that you struck." And I'm like, "Oh my god, just
That's
just
ridiculous.
give me the ammo. Let's go." But
That's
yeah, so
insane.
I'm back in there playing that. Been really enjoy. I missed it. I missed 14, to be honest.
I miss 14 a lot right now.
Should
I
check it
miss
back out.
14 because, I got really get into classic WoW and quit liking retail WoW, and every time
Sure,
I get the itch to play retail WoW, I'm like, "Oh, I kinda got the itch to play 14 instead," so, I
should
don't
do it.
know. It might be a pretty good balance.
You should also come check out my house because I'm been doing upgrades. I now have a chocobo stable at my house, and I have changed Chocokin's color. They are now red to match my red mage. So now I have a red chocobo.
Chocokins,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. What would you have named it?
Quakins?
That would have been okay. I like
I think
Chocokins. I can change his name now that I have a stable.
Quakins is really funny.
Quakins isn't bad. What's the other one they say? Work. I could have done Workins,
I miss
but that would have
Shelkins.
been that would have looked like Warkins.
I
So
miss Petkins.
yeah, I miss Petkins. That was my wolf and WoW.
Poor little boy. He's starving. Actually, you quit well after you had to feed him.
Oh yeah,
After
he's
you
fine.
didn't have to feed him anymore. I
He's
hated
fine,
that. I main a hunter in Seasons of Discovery, and,
dude.
freaking feeding and ammo is
I think I started as that was leaving.
You started in Wrath, yeah, that was the last expansion that was a thing,
Yeah,
but god, I hate it. It's so
yeah,
stupid, especially the feeding thing.
yeah. It was just
Yeah,
useless. That and
I
the
hate it.
ammo,
No,
just
well, the
useless.
Avos had a whole bag full of ammo, taking up a
Yeah,
bag slot, and then you had, like, multiple slots in your other bags taking up a food for your stupid little pet.
yeah,
Ugh,
yeah.
so
Useless
dumb.
stuff. Useless stuff.
Dumb. Dumb,
Ah,
dumb, dumb.
let's see. Has there been any other big Final Fantasy? I think honestly, the biggest thing coming out is Seven Rebirth. Like
Yeah, I can't wait.
that's the only thing. And yeah, I just if I can find $70 between now and then I'll do
We
it.
should have a guest on before then to talk about it. I
Who
got
you got?
someone lined up.
Do you?
I do actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I DM'd him forever ago. He said he'd
You
be
you did
fine
something
whenever.
proactive.
I can tell you exactly when I DM'd him. Hang on a minute. It was on July 9th.
Oh, okay. Are you sure they're still alive?
Yeah, he's uploading video. It's a you know Sector 6, right?
Oh yeah,
On Twitter. His
yeah.
entire channel is centered around Final Fantasy, pretty
Sure.
much 7. So, let's have him on and talk about his rebirth.
Yeah, if you've done it, if you've set something up, let's do it. I just
Yeah,
I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave that ball in your court and we'll see if it ever happens. I
you're
will need
gonna
a
feel
heads up
so
though, because now that we're doing videos, I'll have to move boxes around.
you're gonna feel so stupid.
Am I?
You're about to feel so stupid. Just
Am
ask
I?
oh gosh, I can't believe how stupid you're about to feel.
They just join right
Uh,
now.
yeah. That'd be awesome.
So, I do believe that there was some Ever Crisis news as well, but as I mentioned
Are
in
they
the
shutting
past,
down?
no. No, they're not. But as I mentioned in the past, that fear is one of the reasons I've not been playing it. So I actually haven't opened that game in quite some time. But
I wouldn't even dare to. I'm so not interested.
I mean, it's fun when I mean, I was enjoying it, but like it did get a little grindy as mobile games do, and then I just kept thinking, this is gonna go away. This is gonna go away.
It will eventually. Sorry, I keep looking out the window. There's like the wind is so crazy here, and it's like I do shingles
Yeah,
like flying off my
am
roof.
am I boring you?
No, I'm concerned. Like it's scaring me a little bit. It woke me up this morning, just like shingles just hitting the ground.
Flying off your yeah. Well, hey, you might be able to get your roof repaired now. Calling your insurance.
Yep, there go a few more.
Now this is our insurance podcast. This is how you can request your insurance pay for you a new roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna need me a roof
Hey,
after
over
this.
here. Close your window.
Sorry. Hey, eyes up here.
Eyes up here, over here, over here.
Eyes up here. Sorry.
So, I'm gonna shift gears for just a little bit. This is not Final Fantasy related, but it is Square Enix related. Have you played Foam Stars?
No, I want to. You
Dude,
mentioned it. It
I'm
looks
actually
so fun.
I'm actually really loving this game. Like,
Well,
I'll probably
I
go play a
haven't
match or 2 after we get done recording before I go back to work.
well, see, my issue is that I went out of town last week. Is it not on Steam? Oh, no.
No, but it's free on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, but I wanted to stream it. It seems like a fun it's probably on Epic. Let me
You
see.
can
But,
stream from your PS5.
I can't stream with my webcam from my
Who
PS5.
cares?
I care.
That just means they don't have to look at you when they're watching it.
Oh,
I think it's a
wow, okay.
plus.
Now you're just getting mean.
I think it's a
Uh,
plus.
let's see here.
It's fun though.
It's not on here either. Yeah, it is right here. Heck yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Wait.
I've
Oh,
been
you gotta
enjoying it.
download it. You gotta download it from no, it's PS exclusive. Oh,
See,
interesting.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But I mean, is it though? Because I think Square Enix does a lot of PS exclusive stuff, at least in the beginning.
There it is. Yeah, I guess so. I just figured a multiplayer game like that would be on PC at launch.
No, it's fun. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like earth shattering, the best game ever, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. It does not take itself too seriously. It's very cute, it's very cute, like with the bubbles and things like that. And uh,
Very Splatoon like.
I guess can you just like when you play Splatoon though, it's paint, right?
Mhm.
Like this stuff is foam, and you can actually build walls and stuff with it, and like use it to launch off stuff. So it like piles up.
So it's like I don't even know what that's like. It's like
No,
Splatoon Fortnite.
maybe, but it's fun. I mean, I've been having a lot of fun with it. So, and it was
It
free.
looks fun. I
So,
like it when like garbage little like junk food games like that come out. That it's just like, hey, let's hop on and play this, and you can play it for like a week and like Fall Guys. Like that's kind of like a junk food
sure,
game.
I've been playing
We
this
all played for a month.
more than a week though. I'm actually really enjoying it.
Yeah, you
So,
play for about a month, and it's like, how you come back every now and then. It's how Splitgate. Splitgate was like that for us. We loved that
yeah,
game. That was like Portal Halo. It's like Halo with Portal
hmm,
gun from Portal.
that sounds interesting.
It was amazing. It was so fun, and the servers are still up, but the game is dead. But
Sure,
it was
that's
a
the
lot of fun.
thing with these multiplayer games is either they hit or they don't, and then they just die. Like the servers will
They
be up, but it takes you like 20 minutes to find a match or something.
unless they're released by one of the giants, it's not gonna ever hit. It's almost
Right.
safe to assume it just won't hit.
That's why you gotta play it while you can. So
Yeah,
check
play it
Foam
while you
Stars
can.
out. Check it out.
Yeah.
The, it is fun. It is definitely fun. You can tell it's got some Square Enix and I know this isn't, like, exclusive to Square Enix, but one of the modes is basically Crystalline Conflict because the idea is the exact same. It works the same. There's the checkpoints, except instead of a crystal you're moving, it's a giant float with a rubber ducky on it.
Of course it
So,
is. It's
yeah,
such a
because
random it's such a weird game. I like it. I like stuff
it
like
takes
that.
place in Bath, Vegas.
I love it. Bath Vegas.
It's
So
so
that seems like a fun
it's
game.
wonderfully cheesy. I love it. It's so
That
good.
seems like a very, very fun game. But no, I've been so out of the game sphere lately. I've been when Persona 3 came out, 15 days now. It's literally all I've played, all
Mm,
I've paid attention to, all I've done.
lame.
I've been on my computer all month.
I booted up Final Fantasy VI the other day and closed it at the closed it at the press me button to continue. I was like, nah, I'm not in the mood.
That's insane,
I
dude.
literally I booted up, I was like, I'm playing it. And then it loaded and it was like continue. I'm like, no.
I mean, I
So
think you might have found your Final Fantasy 13.
oh man, I don't know what it is about it.
We
And I
all need
know
one. We
I don't
all
know
need
what it
one.
is. I've got no motivation to push through this
Hey,
game.
man, I think it's weird that you hate it, but I want to encourage you to hate
No,
it with all your heart. I
I
want
don't
you to encourage you. I love seeing the seed grow within you.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it. If that makes sense.
I love seeing this seed of hatred grow. I love
You're
it.
like Palpatine. Yes. Let the hate
Yes.
flow through you.
Hates flow through. That way we can have a 6 versus 13 episode, one that I will undoubtedly win.
Yeah, you'd probably. I would have no support. I would have no
You'll
support
have
in that.
no support at all in that
We would
one.
it would be our most listened to episode just because people are like, "Who
What
the
the
hell is
heck?
saying 6 is worse than 13?"
I wanna do it.
Yeah.
That's
We'll get
hilarious.
those rage clicks.
I think I would love to, and I know we would kill each other doing this, but sit down and make a definitive, like, tier list of the Final Fantasy games where we have to agree.
It wouldn't be as bad as you think. We'd have 1 or
I
2
think
outliers. I think most of our middle tier is the same.
I think our bottom one would be 12.
Yeah, that's my bottom one.
It's your bottom, and I like it, but it's closer to the bottom half of my list,
If we
so
had to agree, I think 14's number 1 because I think that's the one
yeah.
that we both agree on the most.
I think our top 2 would be 14 and probably 7,
Probably.
and then
If
we'd
we
start fighting over 9 and 8,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it turned into something completely different.
We'd have another fight over 10. We'd have another fight over where to put,
6.
let's see. Oh, yeah, 6 would be a
That
big
would
one.
be hard.
What do you mean top half? No!
I can't believe
2 should be in the
um,
top half. I'll die on that
no,
hill. I'll die on that
that
hill.
death
2 is
scene where
underrated.
that death scene with all the characters, Minwoo, no.
Just telling you. 2's underrated.
Ah,
2 is underrated.
2's a game.
2 is a great game.
It's a game.
So, yeah.
I'm getting
Oh,
hungry.
the other news, I guess, is Final Fantasy 14 is coming to Xbox, right? So the open beta, I
Mhm.
believe, started with this patch they just did.
More
So
players bring
more players.
You also
And
heard all the rumors going on with Xbox though, right?
about them kind of shifting away from consoles.
Yeah.
I've heard some rumors. If you want to give some more information, I see
No, that's
Xbox and
literally
I
it.
just kind of keep scrolling because I don't
That's
have
literally
one.
it.
To be
I
honest,
think it'd be
I like it.
I think it's scary because competition is good
Sure, sure.
in the space. So I worry about what PlayStation would start looking like in that case.
Get more Xbox
I,
games.
they would, but also would there be as hard of a push for such great exclusives?
Don't know. Well, at that point, it's a good question because exclusive to what? I mean, if Xbox stops
Mhm.
making consoles, then everything
You
Sony
also
makes is an exclusive because unless it
you
comes to
also have
Switch.
to You also have to wonder, would, another company possibly throw their hat in and make a console? Because Xbox came out of nowhere with Microsoft.
Yeah, but it had the backing of Microsoft. What other Apple?
Dude,
It would have to be
Google
something
when
like
Google
Apple.
tried with Stadia, that if they had just made Stadia a console, we could be playing Google consoles.
They went in on just the streaming aspect of
Yeah.
everything. The other thing they could have done is opened it up too. I mean, if they'd have let you get Game
Mm,
Pass and PlayStation Plus or something, it might have been a little bit better. But
yeah.
did they shut those down? Is Stadia dead? Dead?
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
it lasted 2 years.
Yeah. So yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know.
I'm with you. Competition is very good for the space. It keeps
I'm
things in check cost wise.
I am of the belief that we need a Sega Dreamcast 2.
Yeah, what's
Just
Sega done lately?
throwing that out there. They made Persona and Yakuza.
I mean, they don't do any hardware.
Sega's finally at a point now where they're releasing bangers. Like,
Yeah,
the Sonic games are scoring above a 6 now, which is good. Um, and Yakuza and Persona is kind of like all knocking every game come out. It's like 9 out of 10, knocking them out of the park. I don't play
sure.
Yakuza. Yakuza looks good though. Like a Dragon is like the
Yeah.
turn-based thing. It looks fun, but
So yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point though because we're starting to now see a little bit of the breakdown of those barriers anyway, which I think is good because console exclusivity does split and alienate players, especially with multiplayer games. So, I'm actually kind of glad Final Fantasies are coming to Xbox, and I think Final Fantasy 14 coming to Xbox is going to be even better because that just opens up, an MMO you want as many people in as you can. Now, if the rumors are true and Xbox decides to move away from consoles altogether, I mean, they still have PC. So I do
Mhm.
think that will they still have exclusives on their end that are just PC exclusives?
So are we just getting to
Probably.
the point to where we're gonna have like PlayStation and PC, because you can't even really include Switch in that conversation, to be honest with you, because Switch multi-platform Switch games are so rare.
Yeah, and it does
So
its
games
own
that
little
come to
thing, yeah.
Switch are Switch. So Switch is like honestly what they did is genius because you don't have to pick between the Nintendo console and the Xbox and PlayStation. Because for a while there, you can look back at Wii U, people just were not picking the Nintendo option. They just
Yeah,
weren't. So
yeah,
now it's like, well, this is something you have with your PlayStation
yeah,
because, hey,
exactly.
Mario Kart, you can't get Mario Kart over there. Oh God, what about that new Smash game? Everybody
Yeah.
needs Smash. So,
Nintendo is the one I don't think will ever loosen their grip on their first party. They
which is a
they
good idea, I think.
they are never going to they're never going to port over their first party games.
Mm-mm.
Now, because Microsoft is buying up the world, I'm kind of glad to hear that they're looking to license more stuff to PlayStation because I mean, with Activision under their belt, that's a lot of stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
especially Call of Duty, not that I play it, but it's huge, right? And it's nice to
Blizzard
see
too. Like,
well, those don't usually come to console anyway.
mm-mm.
Well, I mean Overwatch, I guess,
That's
but
it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it is nice to see the share go back the other way. I mean, there's money to be made. I mean, there's money off exclusive, sure, but there's money to be made for licensing out your stuff to other
Mhm.
and maybe that's what because from what I hear, PlayStation consoles, the hardware outsells Xbox quite a bit or has been in the last couple months,
There's never been a single generation Xbox has outsold PlayStation.
right?
And
So
even the PS3 at the very end
at the
outsold the
very end
360,
past it,
which
didn't it?
is
Yeah.
so wild to me
Yeah, I know.
because I
Because
like the PS3, but the 360 was a great
even
hardware.
I chose 360 over
Yeah.
PS3.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
and I've had
that
every
blows my
PlayStation.
mind.
But I think that Microsoft is saying, "You know what? We could make money by" I mean, that's where there's so many players. These are our let's sell them there too. I mean, they're still making money, and I
Mhm.
don't think it necessarily hurts their hardware sales because the people that have Xboxes already have Xboxes. They're not gonna buy a PlayStation for a game they could already get, right?
Yeah.
So I think it just
Just
makes sense. And
it does.
I mean, I think I kind of like what Final Fantasy's been doing with timed exclusives instead of just full-on exclusives.
Mhm.
Okay, there's still a reason to play this on PlayStation. You get it 6 months or a year ahead of everybody else. But at the end of the day, everyone can play it.
Mhm.
And if you're gonna do exclusivity, I kinda like the timed exclusives better than the you can never play this on another console.
Well, I especially hate exclusives like that because there's still so many good games that are exclusive to, like, PS3 that have
Yeah.
not been ported up, are not on PS Plus. I'm mostly talking about Eternal Sonata. Um,
Well, Final Fantasy 13.
yeah, that too. Well, that's on PC. That kind of but like games like Eternal Sonata that is like only on PS3, and I don't want to hear it's on 360 because that's not the complete
I
version.
think you can play that on your
It
PS5.
you you can play it on PS Plus, but you have to stream it, and I can't do that because my internet's not good enough.
Oh, you have to stream it? Okay.
You have to stream it, but there's
Okay.
games like that everywhere, and that's one thing
Yeah.
I hate about exclusivity is because if they're not gonna port it up, it's gone.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have to if you wanna play that game, you're thinking you have to hope to God your PS3 still works, and if it doesn't, you have to buy a new one
Right.
and buy the game.
Because
That's
a
such a
PS3 is what, like $12 today? I don't know.
yeah, maybe, but that's a lot of hassle to go through
Yeah.
just to do that, and then you have service games that were exclusive to PS4. Those
Yeah.
services get shut down, they're gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a risk of the service industry in general.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, games seem to be moving more and more towards games as a service. Like everything that comes out is a game as a service.
Yeah, which is
And Square
I think it's
Enix is loving that trend. They are doubling down on
yeah.
that with everything they put out.
And I saw a good
Everything they
take
put
with
out.
somebody talking about the Kill the Justice League game that's, like, reviewing horribly, um,
Oh yeah,
the
that's another
Suicide
one I need
Squad.
to pick up. Yeah.
I've heard it's less about the game is bad because it's a service game and more bad because it's just a bad game. That's what I've heard from
Oh, really? See,
the
that's the reason
reviews.
I don't even look at reviews because a lot of the times
Yeah.
the game could be amazing, but it's got like one loot box thing, and everybody just says it's the worst game ever.
Well,
So I'm like,
people
well,
I've heard from say it's like, it's not bad because it's a service. Being a service game is not inherently bad. There's some services games, like, that are, I'm sure, good. I don't play them, but I'm
sure,
sure they're
but
good.
the internet does not typically agree with you on
Mm-mm.
that. You
But
put a
it's like
game as
it's
a
just
service, and it's like review bomb time.
Yeah, it's just bad because it's bad, and I hear it's bad because it takes place in the Arkham Knight universe, and it completely, like, spits on that trilogy of games.
Yeah, because it's killing the Justice League.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't
That's one
know,
of
it's
those
just like
games I will play the heck out of when it comes to PlayStation Plus. I just didn't have the funds to pick it up, right?
mhm. I have no interest in DC stuff, so have fun. I do like Superman, I
This
think
is
he's
where we're
cool.
gonna have to end it.
I think
Um,
Superman's cool, I think Batman's cool. I think they're all cool. I just don't wanna play a game about it.
do you remember that one game we played on the
I
PS2?
do. That was one of the
That was
favorite
fun,
memories.
dude.
That
That
was
was
one
a
of my
good
favorite.
game.
I don't even remember what it's called. It's like
I don't
Justice
either. I
League
tried to
something.
find it. I tried to find it. It's like a beat 'em up. It was so much fun.
It was such a fun memory.
It was like a two-player Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, but for DC.
It was awesome.
It was. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, I think we're kinda coming up on time here for me anyway. We're doing a lunchtime recording, so I've got a limited amount of
We
time.
went back to our COVID things. It's actually really funny because we get to do this because my school is called off for illness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like COVID. We're back.
COVID
I mean,
protocol.
ooh, that
Well,
that that word. I
well,
think we can say that word again.
what, COVID?
Because back when COVID first hit, you weren't allowed to say it on YouTube.
Really?
They demonetized you if you said COVID.
Not that we get monetized anyway.
I know, but like,
That's crappy. What if
yeah.
you were trying to okay.
Inform people? I don't know, but,
Yeah.
like, a YouTube channel, Game Grumps I used to watch used to call it the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, and it was so funny because 'cause it'd be like, "Careful out there, guys, Backstreet's back, alright?" Like, "Tickets are everywhere, and they're making you take them."
The, well, the CDC actually just is they're thinking about dropping the isolation period, so I guess we could just say COVID as much as we want now. So,
Oh, yeah, I mean, at this point,
this
herd
one
immunity is taking over,
this,
so
I don't know about that, but this is the one episode we'll get, like, 2 views. I'll be like, "Why?" And it's because we said COVID.
oh, heck yeah.
Oh, well, anyway. Anyway, do you have any final, thoughts?
Fantasies?
No.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm
What do you wanna
hungry,
say?
I don't have much to say, I think, nothing.
I think
I need to
nothing. I
I
think
wanna go eat.
food. I think food and nothing else.
I want a
Uh,
sandwich.
all right. Well, then I'll start my long stuff. So you can find more of this show if you're interested in it at highwindherald.com. We have a new refreshed website. You can also listen to all of our episodes on all sorts of different podcast platforms. And starting with our reboot of episode 110 or 111, we're actually got videos for all these on YouTube now, basically the live recording with a nice little overlay and stuff like that. Let's see. If you want to find out more about us, you can go to Soloist. You've got a link tree?
Yeah, I got a link tree, it should still be posted.
Perfect. And then I've got wolfkins.com because I'm fancy. And that's where you can find all the other stuff that I do, which is mainly tabletop stuff. And keeping it with Final Fantasy, Kupo Quest. You need to be watching Kupo Quest. We've done 50 episodes. It's the perfect time to jump on board. Having a lot of fun over there. It's a D&D 5e campaign with Final Fantasy influence and just the lifeblood of Final Fantasy flowing throughout it. Other than that, I think that's it, dude. We
Sorry for the 2-week break. That didn't work out well.
yeah, that one we just had some stuff
I
come
went
up.
out of town. That's what it is what it is.
Yeah. On that note, we will have an episode next week, but then we will be off a week after that because I'll be out of town. So one more episode in February and then a week break, and then we should be back to our regular scheduled programming.
We should
So,
try to get that guy on next week then.
or the first week of March, like whatever. Oh, you
He'll
wanted to
probably
do it?
be busy. He'll probably be busy playing 7 Rebirth.
Well, then get on it, dude.
Alright,
Get on
dude.
it. So yeah, there you go. If you want to find out more, highwindherald.com. So yeah. Ah, food, right? Time for food. Lunchtime.
I'm so hungry.
Lunchtime. Yeah.
Lunchtime. Breakfast.
So, do you want to talk for another like 2 hours before you go get food? We
I
should
don't
play
want
some
food.
Foam Stars.
I want to go get food.
All right. Thank you all. We will see you next week.
Peace
Peace
out.
out.
Cub Scouts.
Oh, there it is.